All right. So I don't know if you're at your phone yet or not, but if you are at your phone,
Yeah. I also don't know if this bud is gonna die, but if it
well,
does die, one of them died, and if this one dies, then I'm just gonna call it because I gotta be up in the morning.
okay. So what is it? Aqualad. Transformed from
All
Platypus
right.
to Artemis. All right.
Okay. What we got? What is this? Oh, this is your stupid video that you have in the way. Where am I supposed to be starting?
Oh, start like from
The top. Happy New Year.
you can. I don't fucking care.
Okay. Okay. Ooh, do you really want to keep doing this back and forth?
Hold on.
It's
Read it clearly, please. And you don't have to say the swears because I was annoyed when I typed that. But obviously, you don't have to say the swears.
Are there many swears? Let me see.
It's like shit.
Okay.
But skip them. Just skip them.
Well, when I get into character, I have to get into character.
Well, don't get into not if it's me. Please don't.
No. Okay. Fine. A Happy New Year. I can't.
I don't want
do
you
you
to.
really want to keep doing this back and forth? It's that how texting work anyway? What part are you talking about exactly?
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. So I asked her, do you really want to keep doing this back and forth bullshit? And her whole like, isn't that how texting works? When I tell you I was ready to hit her.
Okay.
I was ready to hit her. I was ready to hit her. Like, cause
ready to spousal abuse.
Cause when I saw cause I only saw that in like the preview of the text, because she's still in my archives, so I have to open the entire message to see it. So when I saw that, I didn't open the message because I thought she was just being a snarky cunt, and I was like, "Fuck it then," and that was my immediate response was "fuck it." But like when I finally saw that she said that, it honestly went from like being from weird to being weirder. But go ahead.
All right. Okay. And this is in response to what part are you talking about exactly? Okay. Specifically, I mean pretending to hold some sort of value for me. The leaving and coming back and pretending like nothing happened and having no desire to discuss and grow. The talking to me as a last resort because I'm the only one who seems to genuinely like you. And her response, wow, I'm not sure to start in that cluster block, let alone agree with it, but if it's how you feel, I'll acknowledge and be kind of...
Like the fact, okay, so I sent that because
Did the Georgia public school let people down?
I don't know. Well, she went to school. She went to school in Georgia and Florida. So.
Oh, there it is.
So
I don't know if you can tell, but I don't like Florida.
I put it together. I'm putting it together. So like I ain't got no. So like so where we're at right now is like ain't nobody said nothing since then, and I don't know if like I needed to say something
somehow in all the chaos.
Because I didn't feel like I did.
Wrapped up in this magic fire snake thing.
Because like the whole thing was like I'll get like because I didn't remember her saying cluster. Yeah, because I didn't remember her saying clusterfuck. But I do find it funny that like that was her response. Was like
let me
that,
see
that whole clusterfuck.
I believe what she was saying was, I'm not sure where to start.
No, but
let alone agree with it.
Yeah, but the fact that she referred to it as a clusterfuck to me in general is like, oh, so like you're kind of offended.
She's
like
yes, but I mean she's also not really breathing and caring.
And so, like, cause I said some shit, cause it's genuinely still in the perspective of like I'm still emotionally like mildly connected. I'm connected still. Like I ain't like wrote her off completely, but like I ain't wrote her off. But we're still in this. I'm still low key here. Like I'm still kind of here. Like if you want to do this. So when I like sat down, I thought about that message before I typed it out. Like I thought about it like 4 or 5 times before I typed it out, which is so teenagery. And
It
so,
is not.
You don't think so? I feel like
You think a single teenager on this planet sits down and thinks about the things that they're about to say to somebody?
I thought so. Like when it comes to like sending a text, like when it comes to sending like text messages to like the girl you like, I felt like that was some adolescent bullshit. Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Hey, these kids are all right.
So.
Should I say it one more time?
Marshall was free.
You can.
The team would still need to do something about the brain shield.
So my thing with that was, like, all right, cool. This is like, cause I feel like that's what it is. Like, I feel like that's what everybody thinks it is. Because I could be the asshole and just be like, I could have told her like no one likes you, but that would be foul as fuck. So I ain't gonna just tell her nobody like her. That's that ain't what's up. So I didn't say that, but I couldn't help but think like.
Guess that's your choice, but it's not a good one.
But I couldn't help but be like, it is what it is. When it comes to like you and me, the majority of our like relation/friendship really does come down to like you come to me because
you crave validation and attention, and I'm the only person that gives you either of.
Yes. Like you want to feel like, and it's not even like, I'm not even on some like, well, it's because you like blah, 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 blah. Because you want to feel like this, that, and the third. Like, I'm not going to say that shit. I'm just going to say like, yeah, you want to feel like you matter. You want to feel important to somebody.
Hold on.
And, all right.
Can we pause for a second? I remember one time, not too long ago, when you asked me what ghetto black women I had been hanging around.
Yeah.
Because I used the term money bag. But then you just dropped this, that, and the third on me.
That ain't. Get out of here.
It totally is.
That's from the 90s, pimpin'. That ain't old.
Okay, but I have literally heard no one but black women ever say that.
Okay, hold on. So my question to you was, what black woman you been hanging around to hear that? My response to you is like, what black woman have I been hanging around to hear that? My family. Like all the women that raised me.
This is the first time I've heard you say it.
This, that, and the third. Oh man, like if you catch, like real talk, you catch me hitting, if I hit you with a blase, no, that came from her.
Show 'em. I'm more of a bronze kind of guy.
I ain't heard nobody use that. I had never heard it beforehand. I ain't heard it since then. Like I've heard like a few people from the South use it, but nah. Like I've heard of something being referred to as blase, but something be like it's like she uses it in like the like like da 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 or such and such.
So then Mr. Insect Features decided to take a hike.
Yeah.
Smart idea.
So
meanwhile,
my whole thing there is like, yeah, it took me a second to really think about what I wanted to say, and when I hit her with that whole like pretending like I'm not the only person, like yeah, she wants to feel important. Like her family doesn't make her feel like she matters. And like when I stepped into the scene, I was like, nah, you cool as fuck. Of course I thought that. She had a pussy. So, let's not play dumb here.
Issues they needed to deal with.
Man, so my deal was like, yeah, and it hasn't gone any, and it hasn't really changed any, because even if throughout all them years she was on some bullshit and she was faking it, like she didn't really care all that much. Okay, cool. That's what it was. But she faked it for a real fucking long time. And I know for a fact, without question, like even if she was to be like, that's not true at all. Like, no, it's fucking true. Fuck anything you got to say on that front. Like, a good chunk of the reason we talked for as long as we did was because of all the people that she would talk to. I was the only motherfucker that would make her feel like talking, like she wasn't in the way, like that she wasn't annoying to me. or like that she wasn't fucking up constantly. Like I treated her relatively like a person.
Man, how long's it take
And you could
to beat
argue
this guy? Feels like I've been
that I
waiting
treated her
6
more.
years to see what happens
I treated
next.
her more of a fuck. I treated her like more than the person she actually was. Like I gave her as much of my long distance like affection that I could fucking give, and like, it just was what it was. Like I like, and so when I said like, cause like the whole like you know, like getting into it and like acting like nothing happened and like not wanting to learn anything, that's what it is. Every motherfucking time, I'm putting my business out there, boy. Every motherfucking time we get into like a disagreement, or she doesn't agree with like you said this thing, you thought it was funny and it wasn't funny to me, blah 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 blah, and like she's mad and we're still on the phone. Like she's mad on the phone and we're still on the phone.
Kiddos.
Like we're just
Guess
sitting
there's
there.
hope for this generation
She's mad at me and
after all.
I'm in trouble.
That's it for me.
And I just have to
Earth's
sit
not
there and
the
be
only
quiet.
planet in the
Like,
universe.
and like when I tell you that shit felt so awkward. When I like you know that feeling. It's like when somebody get in trouble at school, like or you go over your homeboy house and he get in trouble, he get yelled at him and not have fun. And like can't nobody have fun now.
Because she gives them squeaks.
Like can't nobody have fun now. He didn't got yelled at, now everybody on quiet time. Like everybody didn't get yelled at. He got yelled at. But now ain't no more giggling, snickering, none of that. So like we be sitting on the phone, I'll say something or like something that I wouldn't necessarily deem offensive, but you've heard me talk. So I wouldn't deem it offensive, but she immediately is like, that's fucked up. And she's mad or like she's either mad or I've made her depressed. And so like now I just gotta sit there and be quiet because she ain't really talking to me. And if she responds to anything, it's like, yeah, I guess whatever. Like you've made it's the epitome of gaslighting, because it's like she won't say like, yo, that hurt, man. Like I know you might have been joking, but fuck, that was harsh. Nothing like that. No adult shit like that.
I don't know if that's gaslighting is though. It's still something that's like still a mystery to me. It's definitely like master manipulation.
Oh, we're gonna do the Batman thing.
Like she's definitely manipulating the situation to her favor.
Okay, we're gonna do the Batman thing next.
Well, I hear they do photos
But I feel like
anyway.
gaslighting is basically like it's like an attempt to make you feel like you're.
No, that's what it is. Like the idea, yeah, and that's why I feel like that's what it is to me, because like I'm just bullshitting, and like I'm not saying anything like, it's like when I made fun of your nose the other day. Like I didn't mean for you to be hurt by it because of who I am. But like I imagine if I was somebody you barely knew and they was like, you got a funny looking nose. It's like, you know what, fuck you. Like I don't know you like that. But like you fucking with your friends and they's like, yeah, you gotta, you know what I'm saying, you and your wonky eye. It's like, oh well, thank you. Like you just move on from it. You know what I'm saying? Cause like fucking with a, I can make fun
I
of
mean,
me.
that's
Like,
not,
it's funny to me
that's
that,
not even the part that I
Ayana
zeroed
does
in
not
on.
consider herself mean. Like she does it, but when I make fun of myself, she laughs just as hard as I do. And I was like, all right, you can calm down, motherfucker. Like, but anyway, so I say some shit to old girl, and it's like it's offensive to her. So like, nah, we can't. Now she ain't talking to me, but she don't want to hang up. We'll be on the phone for like another 4 or 5 hours. She ain't gonna hang up. So like now I gotta watch TV and do whatever I'm doing quietly. Can't really laugh at nothing. Can't react to nothing because I'm in trouble now. Can't let the sound of enjoyment be heard. You feel what I'm saying?
But that's the difference between being mentally competent and mentally
retarded.
Ooh, you didn't.
I did.
Speaking of old flames,
I'm gonna say inept. Because I mean, when we're on the phone, because I'm not gonna say mentally stable, because I'm definitely unstable.
Ain't we though?
But when we're on the phone and you say offensive things, Wow.
What?
I don't even know how that happened. There was like a fly or something on the wall, and I just tried to hit it 3 times and missed multiple times, and it was just like, oh, I'm good. But I got it on the 3rd. Because it did not run away. Um, but, the difference is like, so when we're on the phone and you say offensive things, because you do often.
Yeah, that is.
Um,
And I ain't gonna front. Hold on. Before we finish that, I'm not gonna sit here and say like, oh, I don't say offensive things that often. No, a good chunk of time, and you are guilty of this too. And don't ever say
Now
you
to the
ain't.
situation at
We both say
Cruise
offensive.
you just say it, and then let me decide.
detective.
No, like you say offensive. Like we both say offensive things on purpose in the like in the vein of comedy, because it's funny to us. It ain't got to be funny to nobody else. It ain't even got to be funny to the person you're talking to. Like, you laugh at shit all the time that I don't think is funny. Like, I have dead ass said stuff that you were like, yeah, you're just wrong about that. And when I tell you, like, you didn't say stuff intentionally to be funny that made me go,
Games,
damn.
huh? You can
Like,
see
I
how
mean,
Yeah,
dead
but
ass.
most of the offensive opinions I hold, I don't actually hold.
No, they're jokes.
Jokers
Like, and that's like what I be trying to get across to people. Is like, it's just a joke. And it's like, but it's not funny. Well, it's not funny to you, motherfucker. But it's,
Yeah. But there are some things that you truly believe.
yeah,
And
but also at the same
that's
time,
when we have conversation.
yeah, but that's
Like,
the problem.
I'm not
That,
just
like,
gonna sit there quietly.
no,
You know?
and like, and I can't get this across enough to like enough people. Is like, when I say like, yeah, I think trans people need to like kind of just get over it. Like, yeah, shit, like life sucks sometimes. I'm not saying that like. I can't stress enough that it's my fucking opinion.
Guess it ended up being
Like, that's
Batman
what
at
it
the
is.
last laugh.
If your response to that is,
One
well,
clown
fuck you,
down.
fair enough.
Time to head on after
Like,
the
I'm not
joke.
going to sit here and defend my opinion, because it's just an opinion, and it's truthfully worthless as fuck. Because I'm going to die someday. Like, I'm probably never going to have, like, a big enough following to, like, matter, like, for it to matter. And at the end of the day, like,
Well,
they was like,
not saying things like that. You're not.
well, that's the thing, though. The following you would assume I would get, no. I'm not gonna be able to have that following
Bats in the
because it
Phantasm
seems like, well,
managed
you
to
would have
track
like
down the
anti-gay
Joker.
or anti-trans
But the real
friend,
fun
like
just getting
fans.
started.
Yeah, they don't want to be here. Like, cause I'm not anti-trans nor am I anti-gay. Like, by in any stretch of the imagination. And when I tell you, like, as a person who grew up Christian, the amount of like, you know, Christians that I know who are like, nah, like being gay is an abomination or it's wrong or whatever. I don't believe that shit. Like, I dead ass just don't believe in any of that. I think being gay, like, I think being trans is a mental disorder,
crime flies
only
when you're
because
having
like
fun.
the logic behind, I think I should be this thing that I've never been before. It's like when motherfuckers are like, I should have been born in like the 40s. Why the fuck would you say that stupid shit? Like, especially if you black. Don't say you was born in the wrong era. It ain't good for you now. Like, it really ain't. It ain't good for you now. You was born probably as good as it's gonna have, as good as you're gonna get it for like the next 60 or 50 years.
And so was the wind.
And that's being, you know, whatever. That's like me being like polite or like hopeful. But like, nah, like I'm not anti-trans or anti-gay. It's just that I don't like hearing people. I just can't handle people bitching. Especially about stuff that like really ain't that big
When
of like
it came
it
to
sucks.
Joker's wild-eyed deeds,
Like,
you could tell that
it's like
Here's the thing I've never understood is that people base all of this stuff on Bible verses that have been translated
from
into
a language that
multiple
nobody
languages.
understands. Yes.
And things are lost in translation all the time. But they use primarily the King James Version, which was written by King James I of England, who was openly bisexual.
And again, like for the whole like man shall not lay with man, I can't help but front like there's too many problems with that statement. And I like be ready if you're a Christian and you ain't been offended yet, I'm about to piss you all the way the fuck off. The phrase "man shall not lay with man, for it is an abomination" has too many open ends. That statement either means males shall not lay with males, or it means mankind shall not lay with mankind.
That joke.
So what that means is
Off in a hurry, huh?
women can lay with women. Ain't no problem there.
Upon one translation, yes.
Yeah.
But if you take it to mean all man as man, including women,
Yeah.
then
Then can't nobody have sex
all
with
lady,
nobody.
yes, all
Can't no-
lady.
So if it means
Shot
man
like
as in
that sure
mankind,
did play into the
that
Joker's
mean like,
favor.
oh, y'all ain't really actually supposed to procreate. Like you supposed to fucking die out. Like that wasn't the plan.
Seemed like Joker wasn't done
Yeah,
trying
because
to blow
all
away
that
his
crap
competition.
only came around in the last few hundred years.
And at the same time, you got to understand like it's the same thing goes with the whole like children should abide by their mother and father, and like a lot of motherfuckers love to quote that shit, but they never acknowledge the fact that
You
it
could
literally
tell Joker wasn't in
says
the
that a
mood to
parent is
make
supposed to do
laugh
right by their
anymore.
children, like right after it. No one ever says that shit. And
Do
I
you
feel
think
like
when King James was writing that version of the Bible, he was like, "Oh, I'm about to mess him up with this one"?
if you asking me, I think that like, have you ever like, cause the whole Book of Mormon thing, cause I think the Book of Mormon is like very silly. So like the whole like like he put his head inside.
What part of it?
Like the whole goddamn thing. The like
Okay.
what part? No,
I
what
was
part?
gonna
No,
say you could
no.
name a specific verse because I'll break it out. And we'll read
I don't know any of it. But when
No.
but like when it comes to
What you
like
get for messing with
like
the
oh no, he
fantasy.
stuck his head in a hat
That's
and he
what
read the
like
slates
crime.
and he
Wait,
translated the
it is.
slates.
Hold on. So they had a sorting hat.
Gotham's too gloomy
No.
for my taste.
You're
Like
telling me that
shut
Brigham
up,
Young was
shut up,
sorted into different.
shut up. Like they had like these slates that had the information, like the word of God on the slates. And to read them, he had to read them in a dark. Only he could read them.
Mm-hmm.
And like so he would translate them and other people and like somebody would transcribe what he said. And then later on, the dude who was transcribing the stuff looked at the slates, the slabs, however you want to call them. And he was like, "Hey, like I was looking at these and like these don't make any sense." And he said like, "Oh, like," and then he was like, "You know what? I spoke to the Lord, and the Lord has vexed with me because I let somebody else look upon the slates. So now he's giving me these new slates that we have to like transcribe." And I was like, "Okay, so this is a bit, right? Like the thing I'm watching that's giving me this information, they're lying, right? That's not what actually happened because there's no way, as bananas as Christianity is, there's no way people bought that and was like, yep, this is our religion. We believe in the guy who transcribed the words of Jesus or the words of God. Like, ain't no fucking way. Like, there's no.
Well, it's just that they believe in him as another prophet. Boy, I lost the word.
I'm just like, look. I said it's dumb to me. I ain't saying it's dumb. I'm saying it's dumb to me.
Well, no. That's the
I ain't talking
thing.
to you.
It's
I
like
was talking to you when I said that.
so. So the thing with Christianity is they believe how many prophets are there? I don't know. But according to the majority of the world, I believe Muhammad is the last prophet, right? But the Mormons were like, no, there was one more. His name was Joseph, and the Lord spoke to him. And a lot of people were like, no. And they're like, well, just like the pilgrims, we're going to leave for our own religious freedom. And that's the crazy thing about the Pilgrims is the Pilgrims didn't leave for religious freedom. The Pilgrims left because it wasn't conservative enough. And they went somewhere so that they could be more conservative.
Oh, y'all heard it here first. Probably.
Come
back for more. Cause there's at least 2 episodes left before the end of the series. All this is bonus. Yeah. All this is bonus content.
I'll actually read something from the Book of Mormon. Just name a random number, and I'll find a passage.
17. Until next time, get out.